I know that if you're sitting inside of a jail or a prison, you may not be able to access all of the tools that I try and share with you through these YouTube videos. I am Michael Santos with Prisoner Professors, but besides sharing these videos with you inside of jails and prisons, we also publish it on this channel out here called YouTube. And I would encourage you to have your family members look at the YouTube channel so that they can see the same type of content that I'm sharing with you. And what I'm trying to do today is show you a little bit about how I build businesses outside. And this is a lesson that would have been very helpful to me while I was in prison, because I didn't know how to use a lot of technology. I didn't have access to technology. When I went to prison in 1987, there was no internet. The internet didn't exist. Neither did email, neither did cell phones. None of this technology existed. So I had to learn all of that, how to use all of that content right after I got out of prison. And I can tell you, if I would have had access to learn how to build things, even just seeing it, it would have really helped my understanding. And so I wanted, since I'm building a brand new website here, this is Prison Professors, and this is a site that I use to connect with law firms, with jail and prison administrators, and with people who are going into the system, or family members who have loved ones in prison, or people who want to learn about prison. This is what the technology looks like. And this is a website that's in development. I don't want to show it all to you because I hope to have it done by the end of September 2020. But I wanted to just show you something I've been working on since around 5 o'clock this morning, and it's now 4:50. So took me about 12 hours to do it. But I want to show you, and the reason that I want to show you is because this tool is the type of tool that I use to generate business. And so I want you to understand this aspect of technology, particularly for those who have never had an opportunity to see it, people like I was. So you'll notice this is called the home page of my website. And I could scroll down and show you it all, but it's all in development right now, so it doesn't really matter. What does matter is I wanted to kind of point out how I design it and why I'm designing it. What I have in the background are that's me teaching inside of a jail. Obviously, you can see all of these guys in the background are wearing orange jumpsuits, but you do have to kind of look at it, and that's because I've put this blue film over the top of the image. And the reason that I did it is because I really wanted to stand out how I would help somebody. So when you're creating some type of a marketing product for anybody, I always want you to avoid the mistakes that I made in the past, and rather to implement the best practices that I've spent a lot of money to learn. And that is, don't think about yourself. Think about the customer that you're trying to serve. Now, in the lesson plans, if you've gone through our lesson plans, you know that was something I spoke about with Socrates. I said, when I went into the prison system, I used to project into the future and think about the probation officer I was going to meet in the future, or think about the employer I was going to meet in the future, or think about the people with whom I was going to do business in the future. And I would reverse engineer, what could I do while I'm in here to position myself for a better outcome, to work with those people when I go home. And it was those types of questions that allowed me to architect a plan that would lead to success through prison and put me on a pathway to succeed when I came home. So it's the same thing that I'm doing here. When I'm saying get better outcomes, that's really not for me. That's for the client that I am trying to serve. And I am trying to serve a very specific kind of client with Prison Professors. Right? I'm trying to serve business owners that may be vulnerable to a government investigation. So that's something I have to think about. 2, I'm thinking about people that may be facing a sentencing hearing or judicial proceedings or something going on in the court system, or people who are facing prison or are experiencing prison. That's effectively my client base right there. These 3 groups. Now, through YouTube, I also interact with people who just have a curiosity about the prison system. But for the most part, through this website, I have products and services that I make available. A lot of it is free, but it's still a product or a service that I make available to people. but I need to be able to show them everything that I create in a really easy way, because a lot of people get their information on a tool like this, a cell phone. And this is all digital for a smartphone. You should be able to just look at it and click a button and be able to see, because that's really how business is done right now, right? I'm on an airplane several times a month. I'm traveling, but I can run my whole business off of my phone for the most part. When I'm doing client services work, I need a computer, but for the most part, I need an internet connection, a good cell phone, and a laptop, and I can do business anywhere. So what I needed to create was this brochure that would go there in case somebody's not looking at this on a computer and they might want to look at it when they're on an airplane or something else. That I want to give them a very easy brochure. And that's what I'm showing you today, right? This is a software tool. It's called InDesign, and it's part of the Adobe suite of called the Creative Cloud Suite. And I use this tool a lot. So it's a rather comprehensive program. It took me a long time to learn this program, and I might be able to use or learn or use maybe 50% of it. It's a very powerful professional grade piece of software. But if you can learn this, you can do amazing things. You can create your own business with nothing more than a computer and an internet connection. But you also have to have the skills of critical thinking skills. You've got to have business skills. You've got to have writing skills. You've got to have some ability to design something and think, what do you want your customer to do? So I know what I want my customer to do. I want them to see that I'm very knowledgeable about a specific niche market, which is helping people who are going through struggle, helping people in prison understand how do I prepare? How do I overcome this challenge? Okay. And so that's the purpose of this brochure. But to create a brochure, I've got to do a lot of work. And this is the work, right? So I started on this around 4:30 or 5 o'clock this morning. And I wanted to capture an image. See, so there's an image back here. It's multiple layers, right? Here's the image right here. Okay. The image actually, I want you to this is the image. This is a layer. These are layers, right? So all these things I had to create, those are all words. And you see there's an image behind it. And if I take the blue thing off, it's just a picture of a guy in a suit standing behind prison bars. Why do I have that image? Because I use that image for a specific reason. It is communicating that to somebody who may not feel like he's ever been to prison. He doesn't understand prison, but there he is, right? And in our system, where this system of mass incarceration, anybody can get sucked into the prison system. And so I've got tools to help those people. If somebody is not used to the prison system, they don't know where to turn for information. If somebody is used to the prison system, they got a lot of friends and family members they can turn to that will help them understand. But my market is really going to people who do not consider themselves to be criminals, but the authorities have labeled them as such. So I've built this brochure to communicate to that particular market, right? If you're an inveterate, gang member or somebody who considers himself a criminal, you're never going to come to Prison Professors unless you're ready to change your life. Maybe you're in a jail or a prison and you're looking and say, oh man, that dude was in prison for a long time. Let me learn from him. That's great. Very happy that you're using this program. That's really part of my mission, is to connect with people who want to change their life. And I do that with a lot of people. But the people that hire our team are generally people that do not consider themselves criminals. They do not consider themselves people who are going into the system, and they need help. They need guidance. So that's what this brochure is about. Now I'm going to undo all the things that I did here so that I can just type these commands and I can get it back to the way it was, right? That's the way that it was before I started breaking it apart. This is a logo, right? You can see I can move that logo around, okay? It's a logo. And that logo, I've got it centered right there so it stands out. That's my brand. That's the company that I created and that I used to teach, educate, to teach and inspire people who are living in struggle. Now, you'll notice down here that I've got these things in blue. That means somebody would be able to click them once I create the brochure, and they can directly send me an email, they can directly go to the website, or they can directly go to my YouTube channel. And I'm going to show you the finished product after I finish here, and we're going to discuss it a little bit more. I've got to break this video up in a second because some of these videos go into the California Department of Corrections, and you guys need a 28-minute video. Some other people get them on tablets, and they really want a 10-minute video, but I'm going to break it up into two 14-minute videos. So this video is really just telling you what I'm doing. This is what the brochure looks like. I'm going to show you the brochure in part 2 of this video. But you see, I really wanted to use some colors and very big fonts, right? These are called fonts. And the size of the letter and the shape of the letter is a font. And you'll notice that this is a title, so that one is really big. And this is really what I'm telling a person what you need to know. And I want people to know why I'm an expert on this specific subject. So, of course, I give a lot of information about that. Then I scroll down. I keep scrolling down on this document here, and you see it says click for pricing. It's got more information. We're going to see the actual brochure in a moment, but I just wanted you to see this part of it now. So I'm answering questions here. Notice that I have it highlighted in this kind of gold, yellowish gold, where this is about we help people who are getting ready for sentencing. Here we help people that are getting ready for prison. Here we help people who have a loved one in prison. Here we help law firms. Here we offer services to help people who want to restore their reputation. Here we have people that want post-conviction information. Here we have business owners that might be concerned about government investigations. And here we have stuff for staff members who may want to purchase our reentry services, our programming for that. Now I give a little bit of information about what I think the problems are with mass incarceration. If you're in a jail or prison, I think I don't have to tell you that. You've got your views on that as well. I tell people what they need to do to get started. We give away a lot of free information, and I show them where they can get it. I scroll down here a little bit more, and I talk about what I give them some case studies that they'll be able to find, testimonials, read our story, and I can't wait to show you how those things all link together. Then I give the pricing, right? So these are courses that go for like $300, or some of them are like $25. So people can click those and they'll be able to make a purchase right there. So this is what a digital brochure looks like. I answer questions. I show some of the books that I hope you have available there in the prison. But that's effectively what the back end or the software development portion of this looks like. Now in the next video, part 2, I'm going to show you what the actual brochure does, and then I'm going to read it to you so that you will have a better idea. And I'll probably publish this on my website so people get an idea of it. So you'll see how I do everything. This is how I create businesses right from my own home. It's something that I think you could do as well if you learn these skills. So I am Michael Santos with Prison Professors. Stick around for page 2 of this video. And if you're not in California Department of Corrections, it will all be, you'll get it in 2 parts. If you're in CDCR or just watching it on YouTube, you'll just get the whole thing in one 28-minute video. No, I think I'll still make it in 2. All right. Thank you. Be cool. Bye.